Today, we're talking about buying a used enclosed trailer. If you don't want to waste your money on a piece of junk, then you have to know what to look for. But here's the truth. Anyone can learn what to look for pretty quickly. All you need to do is watch this video and you'll be able to quickly spot almost any problem that you might find while buying an enclosed trailer. I've done a video before over what you should look for when buying a used trailer. But for one, that was kind of general. This one's going to be more specifically geared towards enclosed trailers. And for two, I wanted to do a video where I actually went around and actually looked at the trailer itself. This is one that I haven't looked at in depth yet. And so I wanted to actually do this off the cuff, spur of the moment. And that way you can actually see the process that I would use if I were buying an enclosed trailer. So the first thing to do is probably pretty obvious, but just take a look around the trailer and look at the outside, look for any dings and scuffs and dents and all that kind of stuff. We got some stuff like this on the outside. It feels like that's probably would be pretty easy to get off, but there's all kinds of stuff whenever you're looking at a trailer. This one in particular has all of these spots of something nasty on it. We kind of determined that this one was probably owned by like a pool cleaning company or something, because we found a lot of bottles of different kinds of cleaners and whatnot in it. Look at everything basically. For instance, you're going to find stuff like this on any enclosed trailer, like this trim that's messed up here. But you want to look like here, you got a lot of rust around these hinges, and it doesn't look like it's probably ever been greased. Now, that's probably something that you could take care of yourself. It doesn't look like the rust is bad enough to really affect anything. It can probably be taken care of pretty quickly, but you will want to know that whenever you're buying it, because you will want to take care of that rust as quickly as possible. Another spot down here that I'm not a huge fan of is this little ding right here. Not sure what happened there, but it doesn't really look like a very good spot, if I'm being totally honest. If you see a spot like that, I would suggest crawling underneath it and see if that's actually, if there's any kind of frame damage or anything like that underneath that trailer. That's really all I see on this one. Obviously, it's dirty. I guess there is a pretty good dent right there at the top, but you know, again, if you're buying a used trailer, it's gonna have stuff like that. You're not gonna find a used trailer hardly at all that is in perfect condition. So you kind of have to, I guess, pick your battles, determine what you're willing to accept and what you're not. But all in all, I mean, I would say the outside of this trailer is pretty decent, except for that one spot on the corner, which again, that may not be a big deal. You just kind of have to get under there and see if there's some frame damage or whatnot, because maybe it got hit by something, and in that case, it could lead to other issues. At the end of the video, I am going to crawl under the trailer, and I'll probably try to take a look at that spot just to see what's going on there. I'm going to save that till the very last thing though, and honestly, I suggest that whenever you're looking at trailers, you do the same thing, because you don't really want to crawl under that more than once. So then I would just start taking a closer look at things like the frame. Most of the time you're going to have some little rust spots and that sort of thing. That's really not that big of a deal. The coupler on this one looks a little bit wonky, which I did notice that whenever I was pulling it out. You just want to feel around and make sure that that's actually locking in properly. It feels like it is. There's really nothing there that I would see being a problem, so I probably wouldn't worry about that. Couplers, they just get old. Now, one thing is there's no grease in this coupler at all. It's dry as a bone. And so that is another thing that if I were buying this trailer or considering buying this trailer, for one, it may be worth mentioning to whoever you're buying it from. You may be able to get a better price on the trailer. But the bigger thing is, as soon as I got home with it, I would probably put some grease inside that, because you definitely want to have a little bit of grease inside your coupler to help with wear and all of that kind of stuff. And it'll help a lot with that latch to keep it from messing up like that. Now, the other thing you want to do while you're down here is check the wiring. And as you can see, this one, I don't know what happened there, but they cut the four-way off, or somebody cut the four-way off. And so obviously that's not a difficult fix. If you know anything about electrical stuff, know anything about trailers, that's a pretty easy fix. But again, that's something that you want to know ahead of time. You don't want to be surprised by that. One thing on any used trailer that you're going to want to do is check the lights, because obviously if you have some of these little lights up at the top, they're called marker lights. If you have some marker lights or something like that that are out, that's up to you whether or not you want to make a big deal out of it. You definitely want to make sure that your brake lights are working, that your turn signals are working, all that good stuff. And so if you're buying this trailer from somebody and you find out that the electrical's been cut, that would be something that I would want to be really careful with, because you definitely don't want to buy a trailer and then find out that the lights don't work. If it were me, I would probably have them fix that first and then come back later and pick it up or something to that effect, because I wouldn't want to get messed up in that situation. Now, one more thing while we're down here that people don't typically think about checking, but actually is probably pretty important to check, is the hooks. And these look pretty good. The biggest thing is just making sure there's not an absurd amount of rust on the chains, because I have seen that in a lot of used trailers where they get drug, and so they'll have parts of the chain that's worn off, and then you'll have all kinds of rust inside that part. You definitely don't want that. Chains are a pretty quick and easy fix, so that's one of those things that you can fix it quickly, but it can also just be a sign that somebody didn't actually take care of that trailer very well. And so you want to be careful about red flags like that. You want to make sure that you're taking note of them, just looking at everything overall and making a decision not just based on, oh, the trailer looks good, but making a decision based off of all of the facts that you can get. The next thing that I would do if I were in the market for a used trailer, and specifically looking at this one, is I would take these grease caps off. Now, I'll probably only do it on this one because I hate messing with grease caps, but I would definitely take those off and examine the grease in there. This really doesn't look too bad, other than the fact that there's not really a whole lot in there. I probably would add some more if it were me, but the grease isn't all nasty, and you can tell pretty easily. In fact, I'll go over here in just a second, and I'll show you an example of some really nasty grease. That way you can see the difference. So this is an example of what you don't want to see. You can see how just nasty and dark brown, black that grease is. If I was looking at a used trailer and saw something like that, I would immediately be thinking axle damage, specifically bearings, are probably going to need to be replaced. You don't want to see something like that. That's going to get expensive quickly. Even if you fix it yourself, it's still not going to be cheap. This is actually my personal trailer. Don't judge me. I got this one long before I started working in trailers. I've actually told some stories about it on the channel before. This is kind of what I'm talking about with rust, though. You'll see chains that are even worse than this one. This is all surface rust. It's probably okay. At the same time, you want to be careful with your chains, because you're not just talking about something that you can kind of get by without. Chains can literally be life or death. So definitely be careful. If this rust was more than just surface rust, if it had actually, was actually eating through these chains, they'd need to be replaced quickly. All right, getting back to this beauty. The other thing you want to check whenever you're looking at the wheels and tires is, one, you want to examine and just make sure that they're not leaning one way or the other. You don't want them leaning out one way, leaning back the other way. You just want them to be straight, because if they're leaning, you can almost guarantee that your axles are bad. That's a problem. The other thing that's probably pretty obvious is you do want to take a look at the tread. These tires have pretty good tread on them. Honestly, I wouldn't be worried about the tires themselves at all. They look like they'll probably last, but obviously you want to get in here and examine, make sure that there's no cracking or anything like that that would be a sign of dry rot. Just be careful about that sort of thing. I would also say check the lug nuts. Just a visual examination of them is probably fine, but you don't want to have a lug nut that's loose or anything like that. And then we'll go ahead and just check this tire as well. I'm not going to check the grease in it. I think you guys already saw what I was talking about there, but just a visual inspection of the tire. If you're doing it, I would suggest checking that grease on both sides. Typically, you're not going to find someone who's only going to grease one side, but it is possible. But again, you want to check and make sure that those tires aren't leaning one way or the other. It looks like this one's fine. I would honestly say, just from looking at it that way, the axle's probably fine. Now, like I said, I'm going to crawl under it and actually examine it, because I want to be able to show you guys what to examine underneath it. But if I were the one looking at this trailer, I would feel pretty safe, at least as far as the axle goes, with that examination. I don't think there's probably any issues with it. And then the last thing for the outside is you always want to check the roof. And it's not really the most fun thing, and it can be kind of difficult to do. Thankfully, I have a little gimbal that I'm able to use to look at it, but I didn't see anything from that. But to be honest with you, I couldn't see very well. If it were me, I would definitely try to bring a ladder. If you can't bring a ladder, you can always take pictures of the roof with your phone, just put it in fisheye mode and take a look at it that way. But really the main thing you're looking for is going to be that everything's straight, that's not missing any like a water sealant, anything like that. It's gonna look bad. The roofs of enclosed trailers always look bad. Even if you get on the roof of an expensive RV, it doesn't look good. They don't really put a lot of attention to detail into the roof. Just take that with a grain of salt. It's not going to look the best, but just make sure that it doesn't look like it's going to leak or anything like that. Before we actually go inside, if you want me to make a video about roofs specifically, I could do that. I have looked at plenty of them and I don't mind, but I don't have a ladder out here right now, so can't do it at this moment. All right, let's go inside the trailer and see what we've got. Again, probably the first thing is just checking for any damage. This door has a little ding right there, but other than that, it's really dirty. I don't know what all this gunk is all over it, but obviously that can be cleaned, so that's not too big of a deal. And then I always like to go ahead and open the back door as well. And this way I actually have enough light to see inside the trailer, because it's really difficult to see whenever you just have the one door and that door slams shut on you. It's wanting to. It's always fun being in total darkness. All right, so going inside, again, just checking initially for damage. And it does look like this chain came off the door. You can actually see, I don't know if it ripped out of the door or what happened there, but stuff like that happens. Again, it's a used trailer, so if you don't want stuff like that, buy a new trailer. Let's see. Really, all in all, it's really not too bad inside here. Let's check this ramp real quick. I don't see anything that would be concerning on the ramp. Like I said, it is dirty on the inside. One thing you do want to check whenever you're lowering the door is this spring right here. Just making sure that it's actually helping you to raise and lower the door. I have seen a lot of enclosed trailers that those get messed up on, and not that that's a super expensive fix, but it's not particularly easy. So you may end up wanting to take it to a shop, and then you're going to have to pay the shop to do it, which typically isn't cheap. Looking at the floor in this trailer, again, it doesn't look great. It looks like they probably had like a big chemical container or something right here. And so I don't know, if it were me, I would check that one spot in particular. It doesn't feel like there's anything all that soft, but whenever you get tanks like that, they can leak. And then this spot here too, it does look like there was some kind of leakage. It doesn't really feel like there's really any soft spots in the wood or anything. You can pretty well tell if you step on it, you can tell if it's soft. Now they drilled a hole right here. There's some holes, I guess they had a piece of equipment that they needed to bolt down. Stuff like that's pretty easy to fix. I wouldn't be too concerned about something like that if it were me. Now, obviously, if you're not wanting to do any DIY on this thing, then yeah, avoid it. Some wood filler in this little hole will take care of that. And then, you know, that it wouldn't be that difficult to fill that hole in. And to be honest, it wouldn't be difficult to just replace that board if you just really wanted to. I wouldn't be too worried about that. It looks like inside, more than anything, it just needs to be cleaned. I don't see any signs of leakage or anything like that. That's really the bigger thing that you're going to want to watch out for on the inside of the trailer, is just, you just want to walk around and look at the top of this wood, and you'll be able to see where the water's seeped in. Now, I don't see anything like that on this. It looks like it's all pretty dry on the inside, which is definitely a good sign. Really, the biggest area that you want to be careful with as far as leakage goes is going to be on the door as well. And so, again, you just want to look really closely, make sure that there's uh, no visible signs of water damage, water dripping into it, or anything like that. I don't see anything like that, so I don't think that's anything to be too concerned about on this specific trailer. And then again, whenever you're lifting it up, you just want to kind of make sure that those springs are actually going to help you with it and everything. That way you don't want to have to fix those. All right, so now for the fun part, I'm going to pull this thing into the shop so that I don't have to crawl around on gravel, and we're going to crawl underneath it and see what we can find there. All right, so now to crawl under this thing and check the underside. Before I do though, make sure that you like and subscribe. I mean, I'm putting my body on the line. That's how dedicated I am to this channel. So the least you could do is give me a like and a subscribe. All right, I am gonna have to switch out that dual mode where you can see me because it's gonna be kind of difficult to get up underneath here. But starting at that corner that was kind of messed up, it's probably not too bad. And so this is just a piece of like angle iron, not even a thick piece of angle iron. So uh, it's pretty easy to bend. It probably wasn't hit by anything all that dramatic. And then you want to check all of these cross members underneath it. You can kind of see it probably does need to be cleaned off. And the bigger thing is it probably needs to be resprayed underneath here. Now it's not horrible, but you can kind of see right here there's some spots that are starting to rust. And like I've said in earlier videos, at least I think I have, the underside of your trailer is what's really going to take the brunt of the damage, and it's always the part that's most neglected. So if I were buying a used trailer, I would definitely just take a good look underneath at all of these, make sure that none of them are just rusted, really bad, rusted through or anything like that. You definitely don't want that. And now most people don't realize, but this actually is what the underside of an enclosed trailer looks like. But it is sprayed. It is supposed to be like weatherproof and whatnot. But that is actually what the typical underside of an enclosed trailer is going to look like. All right. And then I'm moving to the front of the trailer a little bit. Try to look at the axle. It's kind of hard to get a good angle of it. That axle actually would make me a little bit nervous if it were me. Your axle is actually supposed to have an upward bend in it, and I don't see much of one in that. I'm not saying that the axle is necessarily bad, but it would make me a little bit wary of buying this trailer, especially whenever you consider that, if you remember when we were looking on the inside, right, kind of in that area, they did have some kind of big container that held liquid. It very well might have been a pretty heavy container, so I would definitely be cautious of something like this. As a pro tip, this is actually a brand new axle. And so one thing that I would suggest doing whenever you're going to look at used trailers is to bring a straight edge with you. I just found this metal pipe in the shop, and then just put it in the middle of that axle. So you can see there's not a ton of space there, but there's a decent amount of space that you can see whenever you put something straight up against that axle. You want to put it up against the bottom just like I did, and that way you can see if there's an upward bend or not. If there's not an upward bend, you probably don't want to mess with that trailer, or at the very least, you want to get a really good price on it because that axle is probably going to need to be replaced. And then while you're under here, check these hangers. Just make sure that the bolts are tight, that nothing's about to fall off or anything like that, that it's so loose. And then the leaf springs, you just want to look at them, make sure that none of them are cracked or anything like that, missing a spring or just anything crazy. These ones look pretty good to me. If I were actually looking to buy this trailer, I would actually crawl over there and look, but just for the sake of the video, I think these look fine. Now again, there's definitely some more rust on this, but you are going to find that on trailers. And again, all of that is just surface rust. So probably not too big of a deal. Although if I bought it, again, I would suggest washing the underside and then spraying that. You ever see one of these whenever you're crawling around underneath a used trailer, especially if it's a repo or something, it's a GPS system. That's just what rent-own companies use. Crawling forward, I mean, everything looks pretty good underneath here. I don't see anything to worry all that much about. So, I mean, all in all, it's honestly a pretty decent trailer. I wouldn't be too worried about it if I was getting a good price on it, but the axle would make me a little bit nervous. I would have to be getting a pretty good price on something like that to actually want to buy something that potentially has axle damage. I hope that that kind of helps you to see just the process that you want to go through whenever you're looking at a used enclosed trailer. Hopefully it gives you just a little bit more knowledge, stuff to look for, all that good stuff. Make sure that you comment below and let me know if you liked this style of video or not. This is the most off the cuff video I've ever done, and it's kind of weird for me, I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, it was kind of fun to make. So if you'd like to see more videos like this, let me know. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that stuff, and thanks for watching.